How's it going, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Foolish Fantasy. I'm your host, Kramer Sansone, and I hope you all are having a wonderful time throughout the week of this being released. Thursday Night Football is tonight. I'll tell you what, I am most excited about the fact that we have made it to the playoffs, and we are officially here. I know some people might have had some fantasy leagues go start last week, but it's actually finally official here. It's week 15. Congratulations, we've made it. If you've made it this far into your fantasy season, congratulations. I hope you have a great, stellar run for the final end of the season push on winning it, because this is the podcast for an open mindset for a better, brighter future when it comes to your fantasy football teams. We hope to win this week, and the week after that, and the week after that, and then we are officially champions, depending on how long your seasons go, whether you got 3 weeks now. It's crunch time. This is when the money, the rent is due. It's time to collect. It's time to get the winnings that you've earned this fantasy football season. First things first, please like this video, subscribe. Do not forget to turn on notifications. Feel free to leave us a 5-star review over on Apple Podcasts, or just comment down in the comment section down below if you made the playoffs, whether if you are on YouTube or if you are listening to us on Spotify. Our friends on Spotify are absolutely crazy at times, and absolutely love them. Love all the crazies over there on Spotify. But this is how you should probably tackle this week, depending on how players are coming back or hurt. You need to, each and every single week, you need to just win. Any position group that you have, you need to win. I don't care what namesake truly is. It's not the name. Say for instance, Nico Collins and Jaden Higgins, Texans wide receivers. They go up against, I believe, the Jacksonville Jaguars this week, and that could be a possible mismatch or a possible shading over the two. If in the last handful of weeks the targets are going Nico's way, yeah, clearly start Nico Collins. But this is me saying that Jaden Higgins is also a valuable option for them as well. You need to go with what the hot hands are. I know Jaden Higgins didn't have the best night against the Kansas City Chiefs, but honestly, who does? That defense is great. As they actually play Arizona, it's the what I got confused with them is Arizona's the 17th ranked defense, and I believe the Jaguars are the 19th, so pretty darn close. On my notes get jumbled up here every once in a while, but I want to go with the hot hand. Who's the proven hot commodity? What could possibly happen? I want to go at my running back. If I have a bench guy that I can probably go above, like for instance, this team that I made the league in, it's an overflex league. So that means you have two quarterbacks starting at once. Had to pick up Tyler Shuck. Yeah, I had a Daniel Jones owner over here. But for instance, I have RJ Harvey, Javonte Williams, and an open flex spot. But I have 3 different running backs: Breece Hall, Chuba Hubbard, and Jalen Wright. I just picked up and stashed Jalen Wright, which, by the way, that's honestly what you should do. If you're listening to this podcast right now, he's 12% owned in fantasy leagues right now over on ESPN, and no one's starting him yet. You know what he did last week in the game for the Dolphins against the Jets? He had 24 rushes for 107 yards and a touchdown. This also included on the receiving game, he had 3 targets. And granted, he didn't catch anything, but he's still getting the targets. He passed Ollie Gordon, I believe, just this past week alone on the running back 2 in this position group. Devon Achane, we'll see how things go this week with practices, because he could possibly pop up on the injury report. And if he is not 100%, especially with the rib injury, the running back's ribs, you have to kind of protect. It's kind of like where you protect the ball, protect the egg. If your rib is hurt, I'm not going to go with you. I'm not going to rely upon your injured rib, and I want to make sure that the football still stays with our team. Dolphins are really hot right now. They won 4 games. They're 6-7, same exact record. 6-7. They're the same record as the Chiefs. If Devon Achane doesn't go, I'm starting Jalen Wright 100%, whether if it's the flex spot or even a possible running back option, if I'm not starting RJ Harvey or Javonte Williams, which, by the way, those are great starts to have, is RJ Harvey and Javonte Williams, because they get in the end zone each and every single week. Might not be a bad little parlay to put together. I mean, they are playing up the Broncos are playing the Packers, while the Cowboys are playing the Minnesota Vikings, but they can get a chance in there to get in the end zones. But yeah, no, you want to go with the hot hand. You have to strategically win this week and not to worry about, if I win this week, I got to project out and get, no. There's might not be no tomorrow. You want to make sure you can get this week alone, and that's what's going to get you the job done. And that's the open mindset approach when it comes to this fantasy football season, especially in the playoffs. You can grab a guy off a free agency that has 12% startership like Jalen Wright, throw him into your lineup, and he can put over 20 points. That's what I'm talking about. You want to go with who's the for sure catcher? Let's go look at the Atlanta Falcons right now. If Drake London's not in, I want to make sure I start Kyle Pitts for my team each and every single game from the here on out. For this week, Drake London could possibly not play. Kyle Pitts is clearly the favorite target to Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is not going to throw it deep downfield. He is a short yardage type of guy now. That's just how he is. Father Time has actually hit him like a brick wall. But you have to look for this type of stuff right now because you want to win the fantasy championship. You want to win the money. You want to win the trophy. You want to win the title. That's what we achieve to do if you're listening to this podcast. Because that's what, it sucks to say this, but I haven't won a fantasy football league in 2 years. And there was a stint where one of my leagues, that 12-team league, I was winning it each and every. I was at 3 years straight, made it to the championship, won twice. Yeah, it was a good time. And then I haven't made it back in 2 years, and so it's that's the mindset you have to do, because if you are a first-time beginner, this is great advice. Whether if you want to go with it or not, don't shoot the messenger at all. That's just how I play fantasy football. And out of the 6 leagues that I'm in, I've made it through 3 of them. I'm in the playoffs in 3 of these leagues. I feel pretty confident about winning the 3 leagues that I'm in. So yeah, no, that's just my advice approach for you for this upcoming playoffs. Now let's get into some of the topics over here, and we can go through the waiver wires right now as players that you could possibly add. Before we get to that, did you guys know that Phillip Rivers is back in the NFL? The noodle arm Phillip Rivers himself is back in the NFL. And if I just look him up right now on fantasy football, he's there. He says 1%, not 1%, 0.1% ownership. He could play this week. Shane Steichen said he was going to look to see how Riley Leonard's knee is because he hurt himself in that game after Daniel Jones tore his Achilles. There's a good chance Phillip Rivers might even play this week. They play who do the Colts play this week? Colts play the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is a must-win game. Phillip Rivers comes off, not off the couch. He's been coaching high school football. He's been doing a great job at it. He still looks like he's in relatively good shape. Granted, he's put on some little happy weight after the season. It happens. Also, he's 44 years old. So who the hell cares at this point in time in his life? But Phillip Rivers is back. I like the idea. I like the mindset because there are some difference makers when it comes to the fantasy football playoffs that are out there right now. Alec Pierce has been incredible this final 4 weeks, especially Daniel Jones is throwing him, averaging over 30+ yards of reception. Insane. Michael Pittman Jr. with Riley Leonard there was getting the volume and target share. It was clear during the game whenever Red Zone flipped to it, Michael Pittman Jr. was getting the targets from Riley Leonard, and he was trying to do as much as he can with it. But if Riley Leonard can't go, and it takes away one of what he can do the best, which is also scramble around the pocket, I'm going to do exactly what Daniel Jones does. I'm hoping for a Phillip Rivers to come and start slinging it like a Joe Flacco whenever he showed up with the Cincinnati Bengals. That'd be awesome. That's a dream come true, a heaven prayer that's been sent down to us from the heavens. And if I can speak right now, but Tyler Warren it needs a quarterback. Michael Pittman Jr. needs a quarterback. Josh Downs, Alec Pierce, hell, even Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor needs to be a workhorse. If Phillip Rivers is going to be under center, he's going to have to be a workhorse. And I'm also curious to see if actually Phillip Rivers is going to actually even line up under center. That'll be remarkable to see an old man like him. Aaron Rodgers is still doing it. I get it. Aaron Rodgers is still a tad bit younger than Phillip Rivers. A 44-year-old quarterback could be starting in the NFL this week. Is absolutely. And he's a grandfather, apparently. And I'm not looking forward to when I watch the game of, oh, yeah, he's a grandfather. He's got 25 kids. Doesn't have 25 kids. I think he has 11. But still, I'm over the Phillip Rivers experience. I thought he was done. But he's back. And apparently he could be starting this week. So just be prepared. That could be a fun pickup if you're not in a playoff scenario situation. I'm not saying pick up Phillip Rivers by any means necessary. But if you are in your toilet bowl trying to win that out, that's a fun little, hey, yeah, no, I picked up Phillip Rivers and I used him for the final 3 games of the season, of our fantasy seasons. That'd be fun. I would absolutely like that. So I don't know. That's just me being me. I like the oddities when it comes to sports, and this is a very big oddity. Man, a 44-year-old quarterback, like that's insane. Like that's just wild, and he's going to have the welcome back to the NFL experience, taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Quentin Nelson, the boys better keep old Philip Rivers upright. What number? What number was he? I can't even think of what number. 17? Was he 17? I don't remember. Really, honestly, don't really care either. But if Ryan Leonard's out there, that's bravo. I hope nothing bad else happens to your knee. But it's also the NFL. Everybody gets banged up each and every single week. So hopefully Ryan Leonard, you come back and make a speedy recovery. Especially for you, Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones was having a hell of a season, and the injury just went away. And also, I'm tired of also seeing all the AR-15 slander. Do people not realize how serious of an injury of his orbital fracture it was? Like the guy lost vision. Like that's not good. Like it's I'm not going to say his career might be over with, but man, it's an injury where it could be a career-ending injury that he suffered during just workouts with the Colts. So then I'm tired of all this AR-15. Oh, it needs to be AR-15. He can't physically play right now, so let's just let him heal up. Then he'll be out there. I promise you. All right, they're not. They just didn't waste a first-round pick on a quarterback. They're not doing that whatsoever with AR-15. He needs to be healed back up. This is intriguing. This could be a very diamond in a rough type find if you are looking for a replacement, such as a Daniel Jones in your fantasy league, and also a league that. If you don't have an overflex, if you do have an overflex, he'd be great. If you don't have an overflex, you might want to put a flyer out on this guy. Tyler Shuck. Yeah, I know. Tyler Shuck of the Saints. He was very efficient in the last 2 weeks, especially in the fantasy football realm. Against the Miami Dolphins, had a 19.75. That was in week 13. Then in week 14, just this past Sunday, he had 22.7 fantasy points. He threw 144 yards passing. But the thing that he shined the most was with his legs. Had 7 rushing attempts, 55 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Give me more of Tyler Shuck doing that. He's got a very favorable matchup, I think, for the remainder of the season as well. Going with the Carolina Panthers this upcoming week, which it's going to be a tough game, but I can see Tyler Shuck pulling out almost a 20-point performance. The Jets are in week 16. Week 17 is the Tennessee Titans, and week 18 is the Atlanta Falcons. This is a very favorable matchup for a quarterback. So if you are in a pinch, maybe Jacoby Brissett's not the guy you want to start this week if you've been riding his hot streak this entire time. Tyler Shuck might be a very valuable option. Projected 17.9 points this week. And if a Jacoby Brissett that scares you because he's playing against the Houston Texans, number 1 defense in the NFL, then there's other quarterbacks out there. I would not pick up Kenny Pickett. Do not do that. That's just a disaster waiting to happen. If you're looking for a CJ Stroud replacement, not CJ Stroud, excuse me. If you're looking for a Jaden Daniels replacement due to his injury, pick up Marcus Mariota once again. Like Marcus Mariota is still a very good, valuable option. Plus, they're also playing the New York Giants for the ranked 29th in the NFL. Aaron Rodgers might be a sneaky good quarterback this week to play against the 25th ranked Miami Dolphins on Monday night. Those are the only 3 quarterbacks I do like. Tua Tagovailoa, he's a intriguing candidate. Actually, let's talk about the Miami Dolphins. Do we believe into the hype that the Dolphins are right now, being 6-5 or 6-7? It's so stupid. Like the 6-7 is so stupid. Like I don't get it. I don't think anybody gets it, and that's okay. I think that's okay. But no, the Miami Dolphins hype right now. They are on a 4-game winning streak. Jalen Waddle's playing like a wide receiver 1. Darren Waller's been not so much there. Devon Achane has literally put this team on his back, and they've been riding him each and every single week, hoping and praying that he's going to be the guy to get him done. He got hurt this last week. Jalen Wright stepped in, passed up Ollie Gordon, like I mentioned earlier. The Dolphins have a very good a very good rest of the season schedule if you are looking for offensive points with your offensive weapons on that team. Now, maybe Tua Tagovailoa could be an option for you. Play against Pittsburgh Steelers this week. Next week, the Cincinnati Bengals. They play against Tampa Bay Buccaneers in week 17, and then week 18, New England Patriots. I mean, if you are playing into week 18, that might not be the best one. But these next 3 weeks with Tua Tagovailoa, this is a good stretch of games. So if you are in a pinch, you need a quarterback. If you desperately need a quarterback, Tua is going to be low on this list. But I like Tyler Shuck. Who else do I like? Who did I just mention? Marcus Mariota for sure. Sam Darnold's playing against Indianapolis. I do like Sam Darnold a lot, but he's kind of fallen back down to earth for the last few weeks. I only had a 22-point performance day, but this past week. But can he be consistent with that after playing against the Minnesota Vikings, Tennessee Titans, and the Los Angeles Rams, and also the Arizona Cardinals, where he averaged about five points, 6, 7 points, maybe, except 17 performance game against the Titans. But he gets the 14th ranked defense. But yeah, no, Aaron Rodgers, Bryce Young might be a sneaky, sexy one. Playing against the Saints. Saints defense, though, has stepped up quite some. So the defense, if you're picking up a defense, the Saints after this week is a very nice defense to pick up. And they've also they played well against the Buccaneers. So be careful with that. But no, I take a look at also guys that are on free agents. John Mechie still getting the targets. Adonai Mitchell is still getting the targets as well. Whether the production is going to be there or not, I don't know. Garrett Mitchell is possibly going to be off the IR this week, depending on how practices go or how they look at him and how they see him goes that way. Darius Slayton for the Giants, they go up against the 27th ranked defense in the Washington Commanders. I projected about a 9.8, still a free agent. Jerry Jeudy going against the Chicago Bears. Shedeur Sanders was slinging it, but was he slinging it, or was it because he had two on that screen passes and people went off and broke off and got the touchdown? I know Jerry Jeudy was one of the guys who got a touchdown just this last week, so maybe they might have found something there. I do not trust the Andre Isovius, the Bengals guy. Don't trust him out there. And they'll go up against the Baltimore Ravens. I think T. Higgins plays. I'm curious to see how it goes, but I don't trust him. He's 7% owned. Pat Bryant, I know I keep bringing his name up this last week. He's a consistent 7 each and every single week. I like that a lot. Running backs right now, Blake Corum. Add Blake Corum. Blake Corum is the guy you want. Blake Corum is the guy you need. Blake Corum did absolutely tremendous things this last week against the Arizona Cardinals. Dylan Sampson is listed questionable right now, but he might find himself a spot. Because of Shedeur Sanders likes dumping the ball off. Dylan Sampson is a guy there. Devin Neal got a touchdown this last week. Those are the only few running backs I do like that are still possibly available for you to pick up. I was very impressed. Chuba Hubbard, if he's a free agent right now on your fantasy leagues, I would pick him up as well. Chuba is owned in 70% of leagues. Same with Jordan Mason. He's half the 50% owned in leagues. He might be also a good option. I also like Jaden Higgins this week with the Houston Texans. They have so many names, so many teams. Insane. I do like Adonai Mitchell this week. The Jets taking on the Jags. I like that. I like that a lot. So yeah, no. Hey, that'll do it for this edition of Foolish Fantasy. I hope this all bundle of jumbleness makes sense for you. I just want to say it's good luck. Like that's all we need right now is luck in your team to do well. If you like riding your team out the entire year, like I'm not changing a damn thing. Good luck with that. But if you have the open mindset like I do, good luck and hopefully you make the right decisions. And well, I guess we'll talk again next week because we're going to continue doing this till the season is over. Foolish Fantasy. I've been Kramer Sansone. Put a smile on your face. You don't know who to see to brighten up their day. Have a good one.